The Big Bang Theory introduced several members of Sheldon's family, followed by young Sheldon, not only putting an increased focus on them, but also expanding it with new characters. Despite being an ensemble series, Sheldon was arguably the true lead of The Big Bang Theory. He was mostly the center of its storytelling, especially in its later years. And in the rare times that he wasn't, he was still relevant by being a comedic source. One of his most interesting traits was his penchant for sharing anecdotes from his time growing up as a boy genius in Texas. While Sheldon had built his own family in Pasadena with his friends, multiple members of the Cooper family were actually featured in the nerd-centric sitcom, before most of them eventually became the protagonists of young Sheldon. The prequel has done a great job really exploring the dynamics within the clan, while also revealing new information about Sheldon's future post The Big Bang Theory. Over the years, young Sheldon has evolved into a true family comedy/drama, with CBS giving each Cooper their respective arcs, making all of them fully fleshed out characters. Among all the members of Sheldon's nuclear family, only his father, George Cooper, didn't get to appear in The Big Bang Theory. By the time the events of the show started, he was already dead. Still, CBS was able to get him incorporated into the nerd-centric sitcom thanks to Sheldon's regular stories about him, although the majority of them were unflattering. Interestingly, however, Sheldon's anecdotes about his dad are routinely contradicted by the prequel. Unlike his claims that he was a negligent father in The Big Bang Theory, George is more of a flawed but dedicated family man in young Sheldon. Sheldon's mother was the first member of the Cooper clan to be introduced in The Big Bang Theory. Since her debut in Season 1, she regularly appeared on the hit CBS sitcom throughout its 12-year stint on the air. Best known for her devotion to her faith, Mary also clearly had a soft spot for the boy genius, so much so that she didn't have any issues bad-mouthing her other kids in the process. Young Sheldon's version of Mary is mellower than her The Big Bang Theory counterpart. While she has all the hallmarks of the character, the prequel's take on her is more nuanced. George and Mary's firstborn appeared late in The Big Bang Theory, only physically joining the show at the end of Season 11. Apparently, Sheldon and his oldest brother had a falling out on the heels of George's unexpected death. After an emotional confrontation, the pair eventually patched things up, with Georgie ending up attending Sheldon and Amy's wedding. Years before he becomes the successful owner of Dr. Ty, young Sheldon is already laying the groundwork for Georgie's talent for entrepreneurship. In Season 6, he finally proposes to the mother of his daughter, Mandy. The socially inept genius was the primary character of The Big Bang Theory, so it shouldn't be a surprise that he was the first member of the Pasadena gang to be awarded his origin story show. Known for his quirks and eccentricities, young Sheldon tackles the character's childhood in Texas, feeling out of place most of the time. Over time, The Big Bang Theory was able to develop the character, from being cartoonish to being a fully fleshed out player. Young Sheldon follows suit by offering a sneak peek at what his childhood looks like. Prior to Missy's debut, she had already been mentioned in the nerd-centric sitcom, but Sheldon's friends were still so surprised upon meeting her, considering how different she was from her twin. Despite Missy's limited The Big Bang Theory appearance, she eventually became a fan favorite, with young Sheldon further exploring the character. The prequel makes Missy more socially engaged and emotionally attuned than her brother, highlighting just how different they are. Admittedly, the prequel tends to overlook Mary and George's only daughter, but she remains to be its best character. Sheldon's love interest and eventual wife, Amy, was a late addition to The Big Bang Theory. Introduced in the Season 3 finale, she was brought in as a series regular the next year as Sheldon's love interest. Like the rest of The Big Bang Theory's main cast, Young Sheldon also featured a young Amy. But aside from that, adult Amy also appeared twice in the prequel via voice cameo. The first time she made a proper guest appearance, she and Sheldon shared that they have a kid together. It was then followed by a more lighthearted involvement as they discussed various things that married couples deal with. Despite being a prequel, Young Sheldon also provides updates about the Pasadena gang's life after the events of The Big Bang Theory. That includes how Sheldon and Amy's marriage has progressed. In Young Sheldon Season 4, Parsa's adult Sheldon narration reveals that he and his wife actually share a son in the future named Leonard Cooper, after Leonard Nimoy and Leonard Hofstadt.